Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing 5 beauty secrets from ancient Egypt, and I'm really excited to share these with you because I have forever had a fascination with Egypt. And it doesn't matter what kind of research I'm doing on it, whether it's the pyramids or Cleopatra and her beauty secrets, there's something there that draws me to that place. So I have 5 beauty secrets picked out for you that were all used by Cleopatra, and I think that is just amazing that we today can look back in history and see what Cleopatra was using. Being the queen of Egypt, we can see what her beauty regimen was. Now, some of the things have been lost, over the thousands of years. So we don't know, what certain ingredients or certain plants they were using, but we do know a lot. So I have 5 beauty recipes picked out here for you. We have scrubs, cleanser, wrinkle treatment, anti-wrinkle treatment. We have Cleopatra's key ingredient for anti-aging, which is pretty cool. And it's actually something that I've already been using. I've already shared with you guys, but we're going to go over it again here. So let's go ahead and get started. The ingredients here that I have picked out, they're all fairly readily available in most grocery stores, or you probably already have them in your own kitchen. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first beauty secret is Cleopatra's cleanser, and she used to bathe in milk and honey. That is one of the main kind of recipes she was famous for with her beauty regimen. Now, I have raw honey here. This is the kind that I use. I usually recommend trying to find local honey, local raw honey from your own area. But if I can't find it, like sometimes I can't get it here always, so I end up just purchasing this from the store. It's just a basic raw honey. So you want to find the raw because that's the one that contains the most nutrients for your skin. Now, she did use milk, and milk is well known for having alpha hydroxy acids, mild alpha hydroxy acids, which of course sloughs off dead skin cells and leaves you with kind of a brightened skin. Now, when it comes to the milk part of this recipe, I actually skipped on the milk because I have a dairy allergy, so just as if I wouldn't drink it, I also won't put it on my skin. So instead, I substituted coconut milk, but you can use dairy if you want to use the milk, or coconut milk, it's up to you. But the coconut milk I really like because it's super moisturizing, it's really rich in vitamins and minerals, and I just find that it works really well. And I've done this recipe a few times, so this is definitely one that I will keep using. Now, you can see this is in a can here. What you want to look for is unsweetened, just pure coconut milk, if you do go this route. I'm going to start with my coconut milk first, so I'm just going to take 1 teaspoon of coconut milk. Next, I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of my raw honey. Ooh, look at that. That is going to be a creamy, milky cleanser. And once you have a nice smooth consistency, we are ready to apply. So I'm just going to massage this in like a regular cleanser, and then we'll rinse and hopefully have beautiful, soft, clean skin like Cleopatra. And what I love about this is that it's so natural and so delicious, by the way, that you could actually eat this cleanser. It's that good. It smells just sweet and just delightful. And I'm ready to rinse. Cleopatra used another type of cleanser as well, but this was more of an exfoliant. So she would use natron and water. So today that would be baking soda and water. So that's what we're going to do. I've used this mask before, and it is very, very gentle because the baking soda is so fine. The granules are so fine. So it's just a very gentle, mild exfoliator, but it still does the job really well. The only thing that you got to watch out for is to not do this too often. So if you were to do this mask on a regular basis, you probably wouldn't do it more than once a week. I definitely wouldn't recommend that. And if you have dry skin, definitely cut back on that and maybe only do it once or twice a month, or just whenever you feel like you would want to do kind of a deep cleansing like this. So this is going to be super easy. All we need is 2 tablespoons of our baking soda. And a half teaspoon of our water. You can use distilled water, purified water, spring water, whatever you like, anything but tap water. And we just want to make a paste, so we want enough water to make a good paste. If you need to add a little more, go ahead. I may add a little bit more here. I don't want it too scrubby. So once it's all mixed up, you should have a nice creamy paste, and we are ready to exfoliate. So I'm just going to apply this all over, being careful around the eye area because you don't want to get any of that baking soda in your eye. So I'm just going to be leaving this on until it dries, so probably about 5 to 10 minutes. So now that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and rinse off, and I will be right back. So you want to rinse off the mask with warm water and then finish with cold water, and it feels so good. Like your skin is just so smooth and soft after this, and I can immediately see a difference every time I use this mask, that my skin instantly looks brighter. So this is a great one for skin brightening. The next beauty secret I have to share with you is a succulent native to North Africa, and this has been used for about 6,000 years, although I'm fairly new to it. I've just recently started using it the past couple months, just pure on my skin, and I've finally gotten to see, you know, why this has stood the test of time the way it has. And it's a ingredient that I tend to see in a lot of skincare products, but they'll just have like a little bit in there, and then there's like 1,000 other ingredients in there on the label, right? Now, before I show you what this is, I also want to mention that it contains 75 nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and salicylic acid. This is like a miracle plant for any skin type. There's been very few reports of, you know, any kind of allergic reaction to this, so it tends to be really good for no matter what type of skin you have. If you have dry skin that's, you know, aging or mature, wrinkles, all the way to the other end of the spectrum of oily, acne-prone skin, and everywhere in between. So this is aloe vera. This is the miracle plant that has been used for so many thousands of years, and Cleopatra knew of its, you know, properties. So we're going to be doing a mask with this. So when you go to cut an aloe vera plant, you want to take from one of the older leaves here. So you always want to reach towards the bottom, find one that's more mature, and cut right at the base of it. So I think I'm going to use probably this one under here. Okay. Now there's a couple different ways that we can make our aloe vera mask. The first way is to just take a leaf from your own aloe vera plant, which I recommend growing your own aloe vera. And the reason is because you will always know that you're getting 100% natural aloe vera and nothing else. So that's what I recommend. You can get aloe vera plants at just about any plant nursery or garden center. So that's one way. The other way is to purchase aloe vera gel. You want to find the 100% natural aloe vera gel, which is really, really difficult to find. At least I had a lot of trouble finding. I thought that I got the real thing here, and it turns out that it's only like 99% aloe vera. There are other additives in here, such as thickening agent. You can see the ingredients there. You know, citric acid, which is a pH stabilizer, potassium sorbate, which is a mold inhibitor. So there are other things in there, and I have found that my skin does not get along with some of these other ingredients, probably the citric acid. So I get very red and I almost get like a rash on my face when I use this. So this is not something that I would personally recommend going for, but that is just me and how it works on my skin. I definitely prefer the all-natural way. So let me go ahead and show you how we're going to be using this. So I'm just going to take about this much, and this can be stored. You don't have to use up the whole thing, and you don't have to waste it. You don't want to throw this away or anything. You can set this on a plate. You could wrap, you know, the end. The end will seal itself in time. At first it may ooze a little, so if you lay this on a plate and you just have it, you know, on your kitchen counter or whatnot, or on a kitchen shelf, it will seal itself and kind of heal that end up, and then you can continuously use it. So all we're going to do with this piece is go ahead and cut it down the middle, because all we want is that inner fillet part. And it will be a little bit gooey and sticky, but that is good. Look at that. So that is going to be a beautiful little mask there. So I'm just taking that aloe vera all around my face, and I've got both halves here, so I'm just using one until it starts to get dry, and then I'll switch to the other. And not only is aloe vera super moisturizing for your skin, but it's also skin firming, so be sure to take it down your neck as well. We could always use more firming on our neck. Now, as for how long you can leave on aloe vera, you could actually sleep in it. You wouldn't have to wash it off before bed. So it's totally up to you if you want to leave it on for a couple hours, several hours, or all night long. It's completely up to you. The next beauty secret is probably one of Cleopatra's most important, and that was her secret weapon against aging and wrinkles, and that is frankincense. Now this is the essential oil frankincense that I have here, but frankincense comes from a small tree that is native to North Africa and some Arab countries, and what happens is the tree has a sap, and so that's the resin that forms on the outside of the tree. So if the tree is damaged in any way or if it's cut, it'll bleed out this resin, and that is the gum of frankincense. So we do have one of the recipes, like one of Cleopatra's actual recipes, and I wrote it down here so I could remember it for you guys, and that was the gum of frankincense, which is the resin that we just talked about, wax, moringa oil, and cypress grass. And they would grind that all together and they would blend it with fermented plant juices. Now, what we don't know is which fermented plant juices they were using, but what we do know is that her secret ingredient was the frankincense. So this is still used today. All these thousands of years later, it's still used today to help with wrinkles, scarring, it helps smooth out the skin and the tone of it. So this is the secret ingredient right here, and that's where the essential oil comes from, is from steam distillation of the gum of the frankincense, so the resin. So what we can add instead of doing, since we don't have maybe the moringa oil or cypress grass or those fermented plant juices, instead almonds were very popular in Egypt as well. So we have sweet almond oil. Now they also had almond oil as well, but they were using bitter almond oil. So today we use the sweet, and you can apply this directly in your hand, if you want, if you have clean hands. Otherwise you can use a cotton pad. So since this particular bottle tends to squirt out a lot of oil at once, I'm just going to use a cotton pad because I don't want to get too much. And then, of course, our secret ingredient, frankincense. I'm just going to use 2 drops of that and apply all over. I just think it's amazing that we can use the same ingredients that they used back in the day. The same ingredients that Cleopatra was using. We have frankincense, that was her secret ingredient for anti-aging. I just think that's amazing. I'm going to take that down my neck as well, because we always show signs of aging on our neck. Neck and hands, I think, are some of the big ones. Now you may wonder when to apply this. You can apply this at night or in the morning. It really doesn't matter because the oils absorb in really quickly. The key is in not using too much of the oil. It just takes a little bit and that covers your face, your neck, even your décolleté area. So it's totally up to you if you want to use it in the morning or at night. Cleopatra's next beauty secret was an all-over body scrub. It was moisturizing and it was an exfoliant. So she used honey, baking soda or natron, and sea salt, preferably from the Dead Sea, but I don't have Dead Sea salt with me, so I'm just having to use regular sea salt. Although I know that the Dead Sea salt is supposed to contain a ton of other healthy minerals for your skin, so that may be something that I might want to purchase in the future. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get started with this body scrub. For our Egyptian style body scrub, I'm only going to use a teaspoon of each of our ingredients, and you use equal parts. Now, if you want to make more, you could use a tablespoon, but since I'm just going to do, a quick little batch and just do my elbows and knees, a teaspoon is all that's needed. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my sea salt. And then our baking soda. And give those a little mix. I'm going to wash the teaspoon here, and then I'm going to get into our honey. And you may need to get in there with your hands. So I'm just going to kind of grind that all together. So once it's mixed together, it should be kind of a thick paste like this, and I'm just going to scoop this off into the bowl and get situated in my bathtub and do the scrubbing there. Now this scrub is pretty sticky, so I recommend doing this just before you shower. Since I'm in my bathtub here, I can rinse off here, but it's definitely a sticky kind of scrub. So I'm just going to use this on my elbows and knees because that seems to be where I have the most kind of, dryness on my skin. So I'm just going to smear this on. And don't worry that although it is sticky at first, as soon as the water hits it, it washes away really easily. Now in Egypt, they would actually apply this scrub all over their body. The salts help slough off all of the dead skin cells, and then the honey is really moisturizing and soothing. And when doing your elbows, it helps to kind of stretch the skin out. So you just want to bend your arm like that and then rub that way. Because if you're just going like this, sometimes it can, it can pull the skin too much and you don't want to do that. You just want to stretch it out and then scrub. And then rinse. And after you get done rinsing off and drying off, you are left with the smoothest elbows and knees ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this scrub. There's all kinds of scrubs out there, but I just think it's really neat to see what they were using in ancient times, and especially ancient Egypt. One of my favorite places to kind of study and research. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Now something I want to mention about doing this scrub is go ahead and add a little dash of water, just a tiny bit, like maybe half a teaspoon or so, just to make it so it's not so sticky to work with, because I noticed it was very sticky. Because when I was doing this recipe, I thought, you know what, they were probably already in the water or wet, from the bath, and probably using it that way in the bath instead of using it so dry. So try that, just add a dash of water and you should be good to go. So that is pretty much everything for this, our 5 ancient Egypt beauty secrets and Cleopatra's beauty secrets, which I think is just amazing to be able to use some of the same things that she used back in the day. Now, the only other thing that I wanted to mention, I just made a note of down here, was I had a little extra tip that I wanted to share with you, and that was that Cleopatra did build a spa, an ancient spa down at the Dead Sea. And she would go down there and have treatments done along with her other, team of maidens, you could say. And they would go there and do body treatments and whatnot. So they would use Dead Sea salts, they would do mud packs, Dead Sea mud packs. And so those are a couple other things. I know some of those products are available out there. I just didn't have them to show you, so maybe in the future if I do get some Dead Sea salt or maybe some Dead Sea mud, I can have fun and show you guys a couple other little beauty secrets from Cleopatra. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it for you, and I look forward to doing many more beauty secrets from all around the world. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.